I went to the hospital for a quick visit to see my doctor. Like I said in my previous video, and everybody in the hospital was talking about my inventions and my work. And I'm flattered. It makes me feel good that uh, people talk about it, especially Halo. The nurses were all ecstatic, saying I made Canada rich and stuff, and they saw my dad go in the emergency room all crippled, and they were talking about it. Oh, he's raped and murdered his own granddaughter and stuff. And people talk. Uh, and everybody has Facebook, everybody has Snapchat, everybody whatever. I don't. Up to you to decide if you use such social medias. Uh, but people talk, right? And I heard the nurses talk, and when I go to the store, uh, last time I went to the Escon, the two guys that were working there said to each other, we might just be serving the richest man in the country right now, and I'm poor. But people talk, and I'm flattered. Thank you very much for to especially to my hometown to Edmonton for encouraging me and so forth. The good people. I mean, obviously there's gonna be some critics, but generally speaking, I've been getting a lot of good reviews from people. Uh, even my doctor, he's like, did you go to university? How did you figure all this stuff? And no, I didn't. I studied law enforcement. I went to college, CCNB. I did my first year in Edmonton in paralegal or son work. And I did my second year in at the CCNB, and that was law enforcement. And I passed. I graduated with honors. And I guess I got picked up for some undercover work by JTF2, or whatever. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Uh, you know, uh, it's hard to explain the whole process of it all. Uh, you know, uh, because when you're in GTF2, you usually have a fake ID, fake IDs, fake papers, and a fake name, and you're not supposed to tell anybody. If someone finds out, you're supposed to do a cleanup order, and because you're black ops and stuff. And me, don't hide these details because my ID was already compromised during a test. So, uh, but I want to say thank you for the whole town, the good people in town, who've been providing me good feedback. Uh, and no matter what happens to Gene, well, he'll always be shamed because people talk about it. He bothered to show up at the hospital half crippled. You know, People ask, how did that happen? I hurt myself working, shoveling too much snow. God damn, there's not even 2 inches of snow. You know, how could he cripple his knee and hip? Yeah, you do something, you pay for it. Anyways, uh, GTF2 does not want me to tell you something that we have discovered yet. Uh, in due time, I will. Uh, in due time, when we're sure it's safe and when we're sure uh, that we can share certain news, uh, I will tell you. Uh, but we discovered something, and among other things, like for instance, Arkjet, they discovered that using lithium as an inner gel lining, it's viscous and moves around in the turbine uh, while conducting current. They said it does a major boost in pressure. That's one thing I can tell you. Lithium. I would have tried uranium, but too dangerous. Uh, in my opinion, uranium just generates power, and copper just conducts the power. If it's done right, it should not explode. But again, take the risk. You want to get blown up. I told them you should still test it in very small, maybe design a small turbine this big. Just see if it pushes air with uranium, uh, and so forth. But you know, we'll see. Anyways, that's all for today. I just wanted to again say thank you for and mention people for uh, you know, being proud of me. When I go to the store and people just point at me and say stuff like, "I'm the greatest GTF member ever, and I'm gonna save Canada, and I'm gonna liberate Canada," and it's the people in town. I don't, I don't exactly know how they all know this. Uh, Whether they're here in their brain or they all talk to each other on cell phones, texting, and I don't know. But people seem to have noticed. So it's not like I can hide anymore. You know, and stuff like this would never happen in Black Ops. You know, and uh, when you go to a store and you hear people talking about your work, and good, it's heartwarming. It's makes me feel like I'm going somewhere with all this, not just for the money. Uh, I had offered Justin Trudeau 35%, if I recall, but it's the forces that invested and used the gold. So uh, I didn't round up all numbers, but uh, based on the cost to make Halo and what we sell it, at least it would make their money back and more if I offered them the forces 35%. They would make their money back and more. So I feel why not? At least the forces would benefit and be able to reinvest money into tech and guns and stuff. They would profit from it. Uh, I would maybe offer more since they were working hard behind the scenes, but 35% seems reasonable for now. But I'm not worried about money myself. Uh, I would actually reinvest some of that money myself in other ventures. And everything has a cost. Everything has a cost. That's the thing. You want to make something, it costs you money. It's to make money, you have to spend money. So there's a cost for everything. So I'll round up some numbers and uh, I'll I'll tell them what's what. But I want them to at least get their money's worth uh, for the everything. Uh, and that's all for today. I'm gonna have another coffee, light up a smoke, and wait for my social workers to show up. Susan, my nurse, I think she believes more in my work than my other social workers. Uh, because her reaction, her reactions, she seems to believe it more than my other social workers. My other social workers don't really believe. Uh, you can tell by their reactions how they talk to me, and it's like, you know, they're still nice, but it's just you can tell by someone's reaction, you know, kind of like how Gene showed up here, half crippled, and I told him my daughter was found dead, shot in the head, lying by a river, naked. Uh, no reaction. You just, oh yeah, shut up. I tell him that my previous landlord, she died of a heart attack. Oh, really? When does this happen? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. How to tell if someone is guilty? Well, body language sometimes says it all. Tone of voice. It's when I told him, Dad, I have satellite footage of the incident of the two men who kidnapped my little girl and raped her and murdered her with a red pickup truck. And his face, he got scared. Not my dad no more. I have a fucked up family. My dad was, or I guess still is, a Hell's Angels biker, and I studied law. I went the other way around. I wanted to serve, protect and serve. I did not want to be a criminal. Uh, I have strong values, family values, and I'm not like my dad. Uh, and it's sad because he showed me a lot of things growing up, how to treat people, how to treat women and children, and he doesn't even follow his own. But oh, hey, good enough for today. See ya.